we are, here we are, here we are. Live again on all platforms, on 5 different platforms. Isn't that amazing? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and our virtual conference platform. Hi, Latanya, thank you so much for joining. So this is the closing remarks that I'm about to give for day 3 of a virtual conference. So you've been following me, and of course you are on the platform, have been there since Monday. Wednesday is our 3rd day, the end of the 3rd day, and I'm happy to now give my closing remarks for the proceedings. Really, really happy that we've come this. So we have one more day to go, and that's tomorrow. We end tomorrow. So we started on Monday. Where's my hand itching? Started on Monday, and here we are to Wednesday with one more day to go. So yes, lots of learnings. We've had all these amazing presenters coming to us over these many days, 3 days. So for 4 days, we have 18 amazing presenters touching various topics. And all of this, the intention is to get you all moving from stuck to unstuck, because we all are at some point of our lives, stuck in one area or another. And we need that extra motivation. We need that extra push to get us to move to another. This is what the conference is for. It's what it's about. It's about providing that extra motivation, providing that extra inspiration so that you can move from where you are onto another level. And we're all about enabling persons to get to that next. And that's what we're about. That's what we are creating here at the Entrepreneurial Youth. Hi, Roxanne, and everybody who's joined on Facebook. So as I've been saying, I am on 5 different platforms right now, as you heard me said in previous live sessions. I'm right over here on Instagram. Hey, Instagrammers, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, as well as a virtual platform, and I'm live. So it is my absolute pleasure to give the closing remarks. So I came at the midway point today, and I pretty much gave an overview of what was delivered this morning. And so we had 2 remaining presentations for the day, and the one that followed immediately after the break was by Chris Manners. He is a cash flow expert, and he addressed how to manage your cash flow for business growth. He made a few points, and I just want to summarize, because this live here is just for my friends, for you who did not attend the conference, but I just thought it fit to share with you, and also to help my peak performers who are actually on the platform summarize. You would have taken your own notes, but just to summarize what has been said in bullet point form. So this point is about working right. When you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and if you recognize that you are amongst the crowd, if you are doing what everybody else is doing, if you're doing the same thing and you're being the same way and you're doing nothing different from what everybody else is doing, then it's time to pause and reflect, because truthfully, we're all so unique and individual and in our way. So we don't need to be in the crowd. We don't need to be doing what everybody else is doing. And he's pointed out that security, freedom comes from not having security. And what it means, like a lot of people who they want to start their own business, like many persons who are on the platform or business owners, they want to start their own business, but they are so fearful that they won't have the security of a 9-to-5, they won't have paid jobs and stuff, and they become enslaved to a job pretty much. Become enslaved because that's not what they really want to do, but they're doing it simply because they think that they can they won't be able to survive if it is that they find they leave and do something that they really want to do. You cannot save your ways, as you pointed out. When you have more distance between profit and expense, you have more options, which means more freedom. You don't need to hustle. How you see the world means everything to how you go about serving people. He makes the point that money is meant to be used. It is okay to spend money as long as you're spending it in a way that is productive. Dollars flow from the value creates for other people. And this is really, and those that are in business, it's about creating value for other people. The more value you create, is the more people spend. And this is essentially what I'm doing. I'm adding value, trying to create value for everybody, not just for person who attended the conference, but for everyone, trying to create value by just sharing these little nuggets with you. You didn't come to the conference, that's okay, the nuggets with you. The faster you can exchange, the more money you have. Of course, that talks about sales and getting sales, because if you don't have sales, you don't have this. Start tracking your money. No one take you out of your job. If you want to start a business, know what it will take to get you out, right? And start working towards it. Keep business and personal money separate, yeah? And sell stuff you don't need. So those are some of the points he made in terms of increasing our cash flow, because it's all about cash. It really is all about cash. And, cash is king, really. So cash flow expert, Chris Miles, how to successfully manage your cash flow for business growth. Of course, the presentations, sometimes I don't even think my own summary do justice to the depth of the presentation that was done. But I'm just giving you a little synopsis of what you would have missed based on what's done on the platform, on the virtual conference. Our final presenter is Stephen Hart. And Stephen talks about building your brand business. He's a branding expert. He's a Jamaican, fellow Jamaican living overseas, has lived in the US for 24 years now. He is a fellow podcaster. The TB Pod, Trailblazers Pod, is his podcast. You can check him out as well. He talks about the importance of finding your audience. You need to know where your audience is. You need to define your vision and define and fine-tune your product and your service. A brand is a promise that you make to your customers. It goes beyond your logo. It incorporates your personality. Brand excites your community to follow you. So it's not about your logo. Your logo is just what people use to identify that you have created or are creating. Brand, again, excites your community to follow you, right? I mean, and those well-established brands, we know how, the same Bolt in and of itself is a brand, right? And you excite, how people follow him, Nike, and all those big established brands. Of course, we have brands, brands like Heneka Watkis-Porter. You are here as part of my community, following what I'm doing, and I'm building up, the path for brand that I've started to build as well. So color has power in terms of referring to putting your logo together and stuff and putting your brand together. Color has power and it pulls us in. So when we're defining or creating our brand, we need to think colors and what colors that we want, color we want to represent what we are saying and selling. Mood, and look at mood, the brand's personality or vibe. That's the mood of the brand. And we can use mood board to help convey the feeling, provide inspiration. When you get, like, for example, when you get your artwork, when you give what you want to be done by graphic artists, request effects of that. I'm just giving a synopsis of what was said. Explore where your audience spends their time. So now, I mean, I'm finding, right, I know my audience for for podcasts and stuff like that. Most of my audience is on Instagram. My active followers on Instagram. For everyday things, other aspects of my brand, Facebook is a thing, and I'm also doing a following on Twitter as well. Draft easy to use hashtag using Instagram, right? For many of you who use Instagram, you need to develop your hashtags, and easy to use hashtag. For example, the hashtag for this session, excuse me, yeah, that's a time is going on. No joke about that, right? The hashtag of this conference is TEY, which is short for the Entrepreneurial Virtual Conference and Expo. Optimize your bio. Think by 5 core elements. So this is now, if you want to use all 30 hashtags that you are allowed. You can target other handles and hashtags, target your guest followers, engage with specific keywords. So those are some of the things you mentioned specifically as it relates to Instagram. Now, like I said, this is just a summary of the presentation, which the by no means gave due justice to what has been presentations, but truth be told, you should have been there. You should have been at the conference, and then you would have gotten the entire sessions. In fact, let me tell you, I've said in previous sessions before that I am bundling all the conference sessions, the presentations. They are available for. So if you're interested in getting the conference sessions, you can. We touch on a wide array of stuff and still to go, right? For 30% off, right? It's valued $29.99, but you get a whopping 30% off if you order now for October 1. And so you pay only $38.99. So if you send me an email at Heneka Watkis-Porter at gmail.com. I'm putting here in Facebook, gmail.com. Oh, I was there typing and it was not all. All right, let's do this again. Heneka Watkis-Porter at gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know that you're interested in these presentations. We're talking all these presenters that have been featured by Oprah, featured on CNN, CBS, Fox, Huffington Post, Forbes magazine, and so many more. These are all qualified experts who have spent so far 3 days and will be spending on a day tomorrow when the conference ends. So if you are interested in getting the presentations, you hear the summary that I've gone into in this presentation, all of them bundled together, all 18 presentations, only $29.99 when you order now. And again, for those of you who have been hearing me talk a lot about the podcast, and you know I have a podcast which has been going pretty well, now available. I'm reaching people in 70 countries. I mean, that is a significant feat. And I only launched it in March of this year, and already people are listening in 70 countries right now. I'm a celebrity. My voice is being heard in all these many countries. You know, I'm reaching out every single week and talking to global high impact entrepreneurs, people who are making millions of dollars in US annually. You know, that's the kind of, and they're creating impact not just for themselves, but for their communities as well. And so I'm truly happy. Oh, I don't even have it in my earphones. God have mercy. I hope you could hear me. Truly happy. I guess it does not at this late stage of the game, but anyway, truly happy that I can connect with people all over the globe. So please sign up now if you want to learn how to podcast. If you are interested in doing a podcast course with me, you will do it. It will be online at your own convenience, so you don't have to worry about time. You're busy and stuff. If you, I just put my email right there in the comment section. So if you want to be a part of this conference, this podcasting course, sign up now. Instead of paying $39.99, which when it is ready, when the course is out, that's the value of it, $99. So you get a whopping 25% off right now if you take it at the pre-order stage. So welcome again to everybody who has just joined. If you're wondering what's going on, it's in remarks for the TEY, the Entrepreneurial You, a virtual conference and expo. And I've just summarized what happened in the sessions for today, or the two sessions after lunch, because there were two before. And I've summarized that. And let me just also give a little, so tell you the speakers that we had on day one, right? We had Yellow presented. We had a presenter from Yellow, Rashid Gervon, Yellow Group manager there at Yellow. And Yellow is one of our sponsors. They made this event, so they helped to make this event possible. Lisa Rothstein, she wrote, presented on copywriting. Dr. Sandy Olivet talked about the whole website and doing a website for conversion. Dr. Brennan A. Joseph talked about boosting productivity. John Lee Dumas as well looked at productivity, discipline, and focus on how to master those. Day two, we looked at Marissa Bennett from JBDC. JBDC as well is a sponsor of the Jamaica Business Development Corporation. Where to go when the bank says no. Looked at the role of men in the startup's journey that Ghani out of Israel, Tel Aviv. Woohoo! Gilad Salamanda looked at automating your social media activity using the social media tool eClincher. And Andrew McCauley, he's the whole autopilot. It's all about autopiloting your business and setting your business on autopilot to make money. He looks at how ways you can do that. Lisa Little from Jamaica, of course, presented on internet income, how to make money on the internet using your laptop or your phone, whichever your device. Day two, so that was yesterday. So we talked about day one and day two, and then today now again we have JV from Change Your Life, Change Your Business, Being a Conscious Millionaire, Malcolm MJ Harris, Nancy Grow Your Business, Chris Miles, who's a cash flow expert, looked at how to successfully manage your cash flow. Stephen Hart, founder of Ad Media, build your brand, build your business. So 3 days thus far, and in the fourth and final day tomorrow, we will look at some introspective topics, if you will. We're going to be hearing from Lisa Ryan, and she's the founder of Gratitude. And Gratitude is pretty much talking about gratitude strategies and how engaging employees, how that can make a difference, a significant difference. Just being grateful to people and letting them know, to your team members, letting them know that you appreciate them. Right? So gratitude is talking about gratitude as a strategy for employee engagement. Then we are going to look at Kelly Cooper, who's a law of expert. She's going to look at the law of attraction as a strategy. Terry Wildman, she's an intuitive leader, entrepreneur, and author. She's going to talk about intuitive leadership for today's entrepreneurs. And finally, out of Singapore, we are going to look at Jack Wong. Forgive me for that noise that you're hearing, guys, in the background. Forgive me for that noise. I'm doing a live here. So Jack Wong is going to be talking about pitfalls to avoid as a startup. Pitfalls to avoid as a startup. So we're excited about that, the closing date tomorrow. And I hope that you will join me in my continuous coverage of this event. Join me for updates, giveaways, discounts. Yes, so when you're getting some discount there, remember you can order the podcast course pre-sold, pre-order it, and you get a 25% discount if you order it ahead of time for when it's available in January. And also the conference bundles will be available as well. If you order before the 1st of October, then you will be able to get 30% off. Yeah. So that's it for today, pretty much. Do you have any questions for me? Are there any questions? Anything you want to ask? Anything you want to know about the conference and what it is that we're doing and why we're doing what we're doing? What are you guys doing? All you guys who are watching right now, how are you doing? All right, so we seem to cover all our grounds today. And if we have, and since we have, thank you guys who are on the TEY virtual platform. Thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Well, next live tomorrow starts at 10. I'll open at 10, and then the first session will start at 10:30. So checking from YouTube and also from the virtual platform. See you tomorrow. Catch you.